It's me, your boy Blue Gets again, and today we'll be talking about the new Medius lore cards, but more specifically Elvennotes. So let's get started. First, we have Elvennotes Lucina, and it's a level 6 fire spellcaster effect monster with 2500 attack and 1800 defense. First effect, you can special summon this card from your hand to your center main monster zone. And the second effect reads, during your main phase, you can add one Elvennotes monster from your deck to your hand, except Elvennotes Lucina. During your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can switch the locations of this card you control and the monster in your center main monster zone. Then you can return one level 6 or lower monster your opponent controls to the hand. Next, we have Elvennotes Diana, and it's a level 6 water spellcaster effect monster with 2400 attack and 1800 defense. And its first effect reads, you can special summon this card from your hand to your center main monster zone. Second effect, during your main phase, you can place one Elvennotes continuous spell from your deck to your hand to your field face up. And the third effect reads, during your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can switch the locations of this card you control and a monster in your main in your center main monster zone. Then you can banish one random card from your opponent's hand face up until the end of this turn. Next, we have Elvennotes Fortuna, and it's a level 6 light spellcaster effect monster with 2200 attack and 1800 defense. And its first effect its first effect is pretty much like the other twos, so I'm not going to read it.
For realsies?
Second effect, during your main phase, you can place one Elvennotes continuous trap from your hand or deck on your field face up. Third effect, during your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can switch the locations of this card you control and the monster in your center main monster zone. Then you can return one face-up spell trap on the field to the hand. And next, we have Elvennotes Power Patron, and it's a level 1 Fire Fiend Tuner effect monster with 300 attack and 200 defense. Basically a random rekindling target. Also, first effect, I guess it's not random. I guess you could possibly splash this card in like generic fire decks, since it is a tuner and Lavals exist, but who's actually playing Lavals?
Yo, why you bugging?
Anyways, first effect, you cannot special summon from the extra deck except synchro monsters. Second effect, during your main phase, quick effect, you can target the monster in your center main monster zone, increases level by 3 until the end of this turn. Then immediately after this card resolves, you can synchro summon one Elvennotes monster or Genora, the Power Patron of Tuning. Third effect, if this card is sent to the graveyard as synchro material, you can add one Elvennotes card from your deck to your hand.
Nice!
Next, we have Genora, the Power Patron of Tuning, and it's level 10 Fire Fiend Synchro Effect Monster with 3100 attack and 3800 defense, and requires one tuner plus two non-tuner monsters. For this card Synchro Summon, you can treat a monster in your center main monster zone as a tuner. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is synchro summoned, you can negate the effects of all face-up cards your opponent currently controls. And second effect reads, quick effect, you can make all opponent's monsters in the same columns as your Elvennotes monsters unable to be used as material for fusion, synchro exceeds, or link summons until the end of this turn.
Daddy, chill.
Next, we have Elvennotes Seraphim Stilzia, and it's a level 7 Fire Plant Synchro Effect monster. They spelled effect wrong, but whatever. And its attack is question mark, and its defense is 3000, and it requires one tuner plus one or more non-tuner monsters. First effect reads, if this card's original attack becomes 3000 while in the center main monster zone. Second effect, during the main phase, quick effects, you can special summon one level 6 or lower Elvennotes monster from your hand or graveyard. Then you can decrease the levels of all level 4 or higher monsters currently on the field by 3 until the end of this turn. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of this turn except synchro monsters. And the reason for this effect is if you lower one of your Elvennotes that isn't level 1 tuner by 3, you could just make it level 3. Plus, Genora, it basically just treats any monster in your center zone as a tuner. The only issue is if you use a level 3 and this, you wouldn't be able to make this because it specifically requires 2 non-tuner monsters.
I have no idea what you just said.
And for the spells, we have Elvennote Homecoming Parallel. I'm not going to pronounce that. And it's a continuous spell, and its first effect reads: a monster in your center main monster zone cannot be destroyed by card effects. Second effect, you can send one monster from your hand or field to the graveyard, special summon one Elvennotes monster with a different original attribute from their deck in defense. Also, you cannot special summon from the extract for the rest of his turn except synchro monsters. Next, we have Elvennotes Reunion Terraset, and it's a continuous spell, and it reads: your opponent cannot target a monster in your center main monster zone with card effects. Second effect, this card gains these effects based on the attributes of the monster in your center main monster zone. Fire Earth, if your synchro monster attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing damage. Water Wind, other face-up spell traps you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Light Dark, you take no battle damage.
Okay.
Next, for the traps, we have Elvennotes Oracle Aristia, and it's a continuous trap, and its first effect reads: once per turn, you can target one face-up monster you control, move that monster you control to another of your main monster zones. Second effect reads: when your opponent activates a spell trap card, if you control 3 or more Elvennotes monsters, you can negate the effect, and if you control a synchro monster, you can destroy that card. Next, we have Elvennotes Maddening Rhapsodia, and it's a continuous trap, and its first effect reads: your opponent cannot attack while you have a monster in your center main monster zone except to attack it. Second effect, you can send one monster from your hand or field to the graveyard and target one Elvennotes monster in your graveyard with a different original attribute, special summon it. Then if you control a synchro monster, you can negate the effects of one face-up card your opponent controls until the end of this turn. And since it's a trap, you could basically just activate it in response to any of your opponent's spell traps. And for the generic stuff, we have Doomsday Charger, and it's a normal spell, and its first effect reads: destroy one Doomsday card in your hand, deck, or face-up field, except Doomsday Charger. Second effect, if this card is destroyed by a card effect, you can add one Doomsday card from your graveyard to your hand. Except Doomsday Charger, then you can special summon one Doomsday monster from your hand. Next, we have Theorize Liberation, and it's a quick play spell, and its first effect reads: if you control Medius the Pure, add to your hand or special summon one monster from your deck with 300 attack or 2000 defense. During your main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard and target one face-up monster you control. It is treated as a tuner this turn. And I think Medius is level 4. Anyways, tell me what you guys think about these new cards, and it's been me, your boy Blue Gatsuga, and I'm out.